Hey everyone, hilltop towns are as close as you're gonna get to stepping into a fairy tale. With amazing views from the top and histories that reach back through the centuries, I'm counting down the 15 most spectacular hilltop towns. Let's start with number 15, Mont Saint-Michel in France. Mont Saint-Michel, a tidal island and commune in Normandy, France, stands as a marvel of medieval architecture. It's located just over a mile off France's northwestern coast at the mouth of the Couesnon River. It covers an area of about 7 hectares and rises dramatically from the bay. Its position made it accessible to pilgrims at low tide and defensible against invaders. The island's abbey, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1979, attracts over 3 million people annually. Now, the Romanesque church here at its heart was designed by William of Volpiano in the 11th century, with its impressive structure supported by underground crypts and chapels. In the 12th century, it was fortified, and the building added main facade of the church. The Gothic-style significance makes this place an enduring symbol of French heritage. Despite its small permanent population, though, the island thrives as a tourist destination. Its numerous shops and the nightly presence of monks and a few residents maintaining this hilltop town withstand not just the test of time, but the tides too. Number 14, Movon Croatia. Movon, a village and municipality in central Istria in Croatia, stands about 890 feet above sea level, offering views and a rich historical tapestry. Its origins trace back to ancient times when the Celts and Illyrians built fortresses on this hill, giving the village its name, derived from the Celtic word montona, meaning a town in the hills. The Paranzana, a narrow-gauge railway operated from 1902 to 1935, once passed below the town, marking an important phase in its history. In the 10th and 11th centuries, it belonged to the Bishop of Porek before being taken over by Venice in 1278. Now, its architecture is a gentle giant from the stories by nationalist writer Vladimir Nazor. This character, rooted in local folklore, symbolizes the Croatian struggle for equality with the potentially dominant German and Italian communities in the early 20th century. Number 13, San Gimignano, Italy. San Gimignano, a small walled medieval hill town in Tuscany's Siena province, is renowned for its well-preserved medieval architecture. It's known as the Town of Fine Towers. It offers a remarkable glimpse into the past with its array of Romanesque and Gothic structures. Its historic center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which features notable secular buildings and churches like the Palazzo Comunale, the Collegiate Church, and the Church of Sant'Agostino, all adorned with frescoes from the 14th and 15th centuries. San Gimignano is also celebrated for its saffron, golden ham, pecorino cheese, and a unique white wine produced from the ancient grapes grown on local sandstone hillsides. Pointed arches, both often displaying bifurcate windows. A distinctive architectural trait from the Siena region is the use of depressed arches over doorways, sometimes with a secondary arch beneath. Civic buildings like the Communal Palace house galleries with works by notable artists. Number 12, Oya Santorini Greece. Oya, a charming village on the islands of Thera and Thracia in the Cyclades, Greece, is a picturesque destination known for its views and unique architecture. Since the 2011 local government reform, Oya has been part of the municipality of Santorini, covering the entire island of Thracia and the northwestern part of Santorini. The village has a population of just over 1,000 people as of 2021 census, and it spans an area of just over 19 square kilometers. Now, historically, it's known as Apanomeria. Oya's economic prosperity peaked in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, driven by its merchant fleet that traded extensively in the Eastern Med. Oya is perched on the village's narrow, often congested passageways. Its elevated position at about 500 feet above sea level offers a panoramic view of the Palia and Nea Kameni volcanoes on the island of Thracia, earning it the nickname Eagle's Nest. Number 11, Aay France. Aay is a scenic seaside commune on the French Riviera. It lies between Nice and Monaco. It stretches from the Mediterranean Sea to a medieval village perched atop a hill. This area was first inhabited around 200 BC near Mount Bastide. Notable historical finds include ancient Greek silver philae from the 3rd century BC, now in the British Museum. Over time, the area saw Roman and Moorish occupations, with the Moors driven out by William of Provence in 973. In 1388, the House of Savoy fortified it due to its strategic location near Nice. The village has faced various sieges, including those by the French and Turkish troops in 1543 and the destruction of its walls by lion succulents. Walt Disney was among its notable visitors. The village's oldest building, a chapel, dates back to 1306 and served the white penitents of Eze during the plague outbreaks. The village's past is evident in the bell turret's design and should make perfect sense that it's an incredibly popular tourist destination. Number 10. Medina Malta. Medina is a fortified city in the northern region of Malta. It served as the island's capital from antiquity until the medieval period. The city, with a population of about 250, is still confined within its walls and is contiguous with the town of Rabat, which has over 11,000 residents as of March 2014. Medina dates back to prehistory, with evidence of habitation in the area known since around ancient times, around the 8th century BC. The Phoenicians established a colony known as An, which shared its name with the island and likely served as its capital. The Romans took control during the Punic Wars, renaming the city to decline, but saw a revival in the early 18th century with the construction of several Baroque buildings. Notable landmarks in Medina include the Domus Romana, where the ruins of Roman-era houses contain well-preserved mosaics, statues, and other artifacts. An extensive restoration of Medina's city walls was completed between 2008 and 2016. The city features a mix of Norman and Baroque architecture, including several palaces that serve as private homes, many of which are handed down every generation. Number 9. Chivita di Bagno Regio. Chivita di Bagno Regio is an outlying village in the commune of Bagno Regio, in the province of Viterbo in central Italy. It's situated about a half-mile east of the town and about 75 miles north of Rome. The village is accessible only by a footbridge from a nearby town, with a toll introduced in 2013. As a result of this toll, communal taxes were abolished in Chivita and Bagno Regio due to its unstable foundation, which frequently erodes and is reachable only by a reinforced concrete pedestrian bridge built in 1995. Now, while this bridge is generally restricted to pedestrians, residents and workers are allowed to cross by bike or motorcycle at specific times. The village's isolation is due to the progressive erosion of the hill and the nearby valley, which creates badlands. This ongoing erosion poses a threat to the village's existence, earning it the nickname the Dying Town. Number 8. Holat, Austria. Holat is a small town in the district of Gmunden in the Austrian state of Upper Austria. It's situated between the southwestern shore of the Hallstatter Sea and the steep slopes of the Dachstein Massif. The town lies on the national road connecting Salzburg and Graz. Holat is renowned for its ancient salt production dating back to prehistoric times, which gave its name to the Hallstatt culture. This archaeological culture is associated with the Proto-Celtic and early Celtic people of the early Iron Age and through the Attics. The first road to Holat was constructed in 1890 along the western shore, partially by blasting through the rock. It is one of the earliest places of human settlement thanks to its abundant natural salt resources, which have been mined for thousands of years. Originally, the salt was extracted using antler picks, giving the mined salt its heart-shaped form. The mine also just happens to be the oldest working salt mine in the world. Moving on to number 7. Bod Gashin Austria. Bod Gashin, a spa town in the St. Johann im Pongau district of Austria, is beautifully situated in the high valley of the Hohe Tauern mountain range. It's known for its amazing views and waterfall and its grand hotel buildings. Bod Gashin travels along the Upper Gashin Valley, following the Gashin-Ache Creek. This valley divides the Ankogel Group to the east from the Goldberg Group to the west in the Hohe Tauern range. The town center is positioned at the waterfall, approximately notable figures like Holy Roman Emperor Frederick III and Renaissance physician Paracelsus. The town's name, Bod, means spa, highlighting its history as a health resort. By the 18th century, the hot springs, also known as the Wildebad, became a popular spa destination. Oddly enough, Bod Gashin is also known for its winter sports. It hosted the 1958 World Championships in alpine skiing and regularly features the snowboarding and bordercross World Cup. The ski resort, part of the larger ski network, offers 125 miles of downhill slopes across 4 ski areas in the Gashin Valley. Number 6. Zahara, Spain. Zahara de la Sierra is a picturesque municipality in the province of Cadiz, nestled in the hills of Andalusia in northern Spain. It's perched atop a mountain and it offers amazing views of a valley and a man-made lake formed by a dam, which must be crossed to access the town. Zahara de la Sierra is known as one of the Pueblos Blancos, or White Town, captured it in 1483. The town is a gateway to nature in its purest forms. Situated within a national park, a UNESCO biosphere reserve, this area is rich with caves, grottos, and gorges. Various routes lead to natural monuments such as the Garganta Verde, located just 4 miles from Zahara. Within the municipality, nature offers more unique spectacles such as the Spanish fir forest in the town center. This forest, dating back to the Quaternary period, have survived to the present day, coexisting with strawberry trees and holm oaks, enriching the landscape and purifying the air. The area is crisscrossed with trails and routes, inviting exploration. As walkers traverse these paths, they might encounter dormice, weasels, and golden foxes hiding in their dens. Lizards and snakes lurk in the underbrush, while eagles and vultures soar above. Along the riverbanks and streams, crabs and salamanders thrive, and the waterways here are home to trout and barbels. It was undoubtedly a significant center of Etruscan civilization. The city's archaeological museum, Museo Claudio Fagna e Museo Civico, houses numerous Etruscan artifacts in the area, and one notable discovery from the Orvieto necropolis is a tomb with the inscription Mia Veles Catexinas, meaning I am Avil of Catacina. This inscription indicates the tomb's occupant had an Etruscan Latin first name, Alus, and a Celtic-derived family name, suggesting complex and peaceful ethnic relations in ancient Italy. The city, perched on its impregnable rock, controlled crucial roads between Florence and Rome, where it crossed the Chiana River. By the end of the 13th century, it was a large town with a population of around 30,000. Orvieto governed itself through a podesta, often the bishop, acting alongside a military governor or the captain of the people. The 13th century saw the city at its peak of wealth, but frequently in conflict with the papacy, even coming under interdict Portugal. Monsaraz is a civil parish in the municipality of Rugeños de Monsaraz, situated right on the bank of the Guadiana River. In 2011, its population was 782, covering an area of approximately 34 square miles. The hilltop of Monsaraz has always been of strategic importance due to its prominent position and proximity to the deep valley. This area has been in continuous occupation since prehistoric times, with evidence of habitation including hundreds of megalithic monuments. The hill on which Monsaraz is located was originally a prehistoric fortification known as a castro, which served as a basis for pre-Roman occupation funerary temples. During the Roman occupation, Monsaraz was reorganized and it was subsequently occupied by various groups, including the Visigoths, the Arabs, Mozarabs, Jews, and Christians loyal to Alfonso Henrique after the Reconquista. In the 8th century, Arab forces occupied Monsaraz, renaming it Saris or Sarish, under the control of the Taifa of the citadel and the town, placing it under Templar control. The Christian repopulation of Monsaraz concluded around the reign of Alfonso III, when the knight Martim Anas was appointed a leadership role. After the Portuguese interregnum, which lasted from 1383 to 1385, Monsaraz became part of the House of Braganza under Nuvo Alvarez Pereira. By 1412, it was inherited by his son Fernando, becoming one of the most valuable assets in the ducal estates. In 1512, King Manuel of Portugal issued his royal approval to Monsaraz, reformulating the public and jurisdictional administration of the municipality and setting the stage for what we see today. Number 3. Les Bod Provence Village, France. Les Bod Provence is a rural commune located in the Bouches-du-Rhône department in the Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur region of southern France. The village is perched atop a rocky outcrop in the mountains northeast of Arles and is crowned with a ruined castle overlooking the south, made it an attractive site for habitation since prehistoric times, with traces of habitation dating all the way back to 6000 BC. The Costa Pera cave, discovered in 1928, contains a collective of burial grounds from the early Bronze Age. The site was used by the Celts as a fort around the 2nd century BC, with peripheral areas developing early. During the Middle Ages, the stronghold of a feudal domain covering 79 towns and villages, this was a fortress constructed from the 11th to 13th century, spanned 7 hectares. Les Bod Provence is situated in the foothills of the Epires within the national park, approximately 13.7 miles south of Avignon and 9.5 miles northeast of Arles. The commune can be accessed via the D27 road in the south, which passes through the village and continues north to join the D99 east. Other roads, such as the D5 and D27A, also connect to neighboring areas. Number 2. Gord, France. Gord is a stunning hilltop commune 100 feet. The southern part of the commune features the Calavon Valley and several hills, with the lowest elevation at just about 365 feet in the plain. Roman occupation left a significant mark on the area, evident from the Roman road connecting Apt and Carpentra, and various Gallo Roman remains such as those found in the Bus district and the substructures of the hamlet of Les Gros. After World War II, it began attracting visitors like Marc Chagall and Jean Desrolles, who brought friends such as Sergei Polakov, Victor Vasserly, and Jean de Wants to the village. The nearby abbey and village, a village of dry stone huts now serving as a museum, are significant attractions too. The area also includes several ancient hamlets named after local families or their activities, such as Les Embers, Les Gros, and Les Martins. The largest hamlet, Les Embers, features an 18th century church and various 18th century architectural details. Tourism plays a huge role here in the Gord's economy, with numerous hotels, bed and breakfasts, seasonal rentals, and restaurants catering to visitors. Des may have been derived from Old Slovene, Bled, before AD 800, or from the same pre-Slavic source as the Sloven name. Situated at the southern foot of the Karawanks mountain range, Bled lies near the Austrian border about 31 miles northwest of Slovenia's capital. South of Lake Bled are the densely forested plateaus, as well as the easternmost parts of the Julian Alps. This area includes the Sava Bojinka River and parallel Bojinjan Railway, leading to the Bojin Basin, Lake Bojin, and the Triglav Massif. The lake itself is 1.3 miles long and half a mile wide. In the summer, the surface water of the lake warms up until autumn, making it suitable for swimming. During the colder winters, though, the lake freezes over, allowing for ice skating, and the island can be reached on foot. In the year 1004, King Henry II granted ownership of the area to the Bishop of Brixen in recognition of the church's support. In 1011, Henry II further extended this donation to include the castle and additional lands, which came to be known as the